Hey guys, this is Amit and you are watching Tech Dad. In this video, we are going to compare between Note 9 Pro 5G versus Realme 6 Pro, and we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, body of the devices, features, communication chips, and about the prices. And in the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me. So watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Starting with the rear camera of the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G have quad camera setup, 108 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. And about the 6 Pro, it also have quad camera setup, 64 megapixel of wide camera, 12 megapixel of ultra wide camera, 8 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. So the winner here is Note 9 Pro 5G because of quad camera setup and which have 108 megapixel of wide camera. And about the selfie camera of the devices, Note 9 Pro 5G have 16 megapixel of camera, whereas 6 Pro have dual camera setup, 16 megapixel of wide camera and 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera. So the winner here is 6 Pro because it have dual camera setup. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G have dual tone dual LED flash with HDR and panorama, whereas 6 Pro have LED flash with HDR and panorama. So the winner here is Note 9 Pro 5G because of dual tone dual LED flash. And about the video recording options in the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 60 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization. In other hand, 6 Pro can shoot 4K video max at 60 fps and Full HD video max at 120 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization. So without a doubt, the winner here is 6 Pro because of high frame rate. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. Both of the devices comes with Android 10 support, so it's a tie here. And about the user interface of the devices, Note 9 Pro 5G have MIUI, whereas 6 Pro have Realme UI. So I will call it's a tie here, because it's up to you which UI you like it or not, it's up to you. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G is powered by Snapdragon 750G and 6 Pro have Snapdragon 720G. So clearly the winner here is Note 9 Pro 5G because it can perform faster. And about the GPU of the devices, Note 9 Pro 5G comes with Adreno 619 GPU, whereas 6 Pro have Adreno 618 GPU. So again the winner here is Note 9 Pro 5G because it can give you much more FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G can clock at 2.2 GHz based on octa-core Creo chipset, whereas 6 Pro can clock at 2.3 GHz based on octa-core Creo chipset. So the winner here is 6 Pro because of higher clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, both of the devices have 6 and 8 GB of RAM options, so it's a tie here. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G have two storage options, 128 and 256 GB, and 6 Pro have 64 and 128 GB of internal storage. So the winner here is Note 9 Pro 5G because it have more read and write speed. And about the external storage of the devices, Note 9 Pro 5G have shared external card slot option, whereas 6 Pro have dedicated micro SD XE card slot option. So the winner here is 6 Pro. Moving to the display of the devices, let's talk about the screen sizes of the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G have 6.67 inches of display, whereas 6 Pro have 6.6 inches of display. So I will call it a tie here because both of the devices have approximately the same size. And about the screen to body ratio of the devices, Note 9 Pro 5G have 84.6%, whereas 6 Pro have 84.7%. So again it's a tie here because both of the devices have approximately the same ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. Both of the devices have Full HD plus display, so I will call it a tie here. And about the display type of the devices, Note 9 Pro 5G have IPS LCD having 120Hz of refresh rate with HDR10 support, and 6 Pro have a IPS LCD with 90Hz of refresh rate. So the winner here is Note 9 Pro 5G because HDR10 can give you much more vibrant colors. Moving to the body features of the devices, let's talk about the thickness of the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G have 9 mm of thickness, whereas 6 Pro have 8.9 mm of thickness. So the winner here is 6 Pro because of slightly slimmer body. Talking about the weight of the devices, Note 9 Pro 5G have 215 grams of weight, whereas 6 Pro have 202 grams of weight. So the winner here is 6 Pro because of slightly lighter weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, both of the devices have Gorilla Glass 5, so it's a tie here. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G have glass back with plastic frame, whereas 6 Pro have plastic back with plastic frame. So I will call the winner here is Note 9 Pro 5G because of solid build quality. And about the SIM options in the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support, so it's a tie here. Moving to some of the most important features in the devices, starting with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. Both of the devices have side mounted fingerprint scanner, so it's a tie here. And about the sensors in the devices, both of the devices have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity sensor and compass, so I will call it's a tie here. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G have 4820 mAh of battery, whereas 6 Pro have 4300 mAh of battery. So I will call the winner here is Note 9 Pro 5G because of bigger battery capacity. And about the charging of the devices, Note 9 Pro 5G have 33 watts of fast charging, whereas 6 Pro have 65 watts of fast charging. So obviously the winner here is 6 Pro because of 65 watts of fast charging can charge up your device very faster. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. Note 9 Pro 5G have stereo speakers, but 6 Pro have normal speakers. So I will call the winner here is Note 9 Pro. And about the headphone jack of the devices, both of the devices have 3.5 mm of headphone jack, so it's a tie here. Moving to the communication chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN of the devices. Both of the devices have Wi-Fi AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot, so it's a tie here. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, both of the devices have 5.1 generation of Bluetooth, so again it's a tie here. Let's talk about the GPS chips in the devices. Both of the devices have AGPS, GLONASS and BDS, but Note 9 Pro 5G have more positioning chips, so I will call the winner here is Note 9 Pro 5G. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, both of the devices have second gen of Type-C connector, but 6 Pro have OTG support, so the winner here is 6 Pro. Moving to the prices of the devices. In the international market, Note 9 Pro 5G is available from $330, whereas 6 Pro is available from $250. In the Indian market, Note 9 Pro 5G will start from 18,000 rupees, whereas 6 Pro is also available from 18,000 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera the winner is Note 9 Pro 5G, in the performance the winner is Note 9 Pro 5G, in the display segment the winner is Note 9 Pro 5G, in the body segment the winner is Note 9 Pro 5G, in the feature of the devices the winner is 6 Pro, in the communication chips I will call it's a tie, and about the prices the winner is Note 9 Pro 5G. So the decision is totally yours, which device you like the most so far, and let me know in the comment below what do you think, which one is better device for you. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what's your thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page TechDad. If you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.